Hey guys, this is Drew. I've been asked to make a quick tutorial on how to install and use the QuickOSM plugin in QGIS. I am using QGIS 3.10.2. So it's very simple. Right now I have in my map view, I have my OpenStreetMap XYZ tiles. I am centered in on Duluth here. And I will go to plugins, manage install plugins. You're going to want to go to all, make sure that all is selected, and then you type QuickOSM, select QuickOSM, and install plugin. It should take a couple of seconds to install, and then you are good to go. So then you close out of that, and what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. This is the new icons that QuickOSM installed for us. We're going to move that over to where we want it to be, and then we're going to click on it. That opens up the dialog for QuickOSM, and then we have very simple tools here. We have the key. We have to select our main key, which is the main item that we are looking for. So we are going to look for buildings, and then within that item we can look for types of buildings, and those will leave open. We won't select any of those so that it will query on all the values. And then those are the first two important things to input, and then we will select in, around, canvas extent, or layer extent. I don't use not spatial. In is going to be within within a town or country, and the same with around, except for of course around those things. And in general I use canvas extent. And layer extent will of course give you, it will be an extent of a layer that you have already open. But we will go within first, and we will try Duluth, Minnesota here, and see what buildings are in Duluth, Minnesota that OSM has on file. And so in general it will take a few seconds. Sometimes it takes a lot longer depending on where you are looking for data. Looks like we got our data, and then we're going to exit out of there. We're going to take a look at it, and it looks like we have, with every query that you do with QuickOSM, you are going to get, in general, you're going to get at least a couple layers. You're going to get the point, line, and polygon layers. For buildings, I would just generally use the polygons, and it doesn't look like there's a lot recorded. But for instance, over here we have, in the university, we have a lot recorded. So that's the way to do it within a town. And then let's get rid of those. And then we will do a different type of query in which we will look for, let's say, well, we'll do the buildings again. And this time we will look in the canvas extent, which is just the map extent here. And then you will run the query. And then it is a small canvas extent, so it didn't take very long. And we have those layers again. This time, a point in a polygon. So then, of course, you can open up the attribute table and find out more info about every one of these polygons. And that is how you use that plugin overall. I just wanted to point out one more thing. If you're going somewhere where there isn't any data, let's get rid of these for a sec. And if you're going to use canvas extent without any data, then of course, and you look for something like buildings and you're on a lake, then of course you're going to get this successful query but no result, meaning they did all the work they needed to do, but there's nothing there. So just something to note. For instance, if you're out in the boondocks and you think, of course there are some buildings, but they aren't recorded in the OSM database, so they're not going to be returned. We'll just do one more. We'll do a different type of key. Let's do highway, and then of course within that we can do the trunk or primary or secondary. Let's do secondary, and then let's do the canvas extent, and we'll run that, and we'll close that out. It looks successful. And then sometimes you can't see the data because of other data layers above it, or just the color of the layer is too much for the smaller layer. So we'll take care of that. We'll take OpenStreetMap off our layers, and then you can see our data layer is quite small, but this is the secondary highways, I believe, is what I searched for, and that is what you get. And so you can see that the QuickOSM plugin is very useful in various different ways, and I hope that this has been helpful for you. And if you like this sort of thing, please let me know so I can go ahead and make a few more if that is something you'd be interested in. All right, have a great day. Thanks.